What's up, Taiwan? I'm Yvonne with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. The first passengers have arrived in Taiwan after all quarantine requirements on people entering the country were lifted. Officials from Taiwan's Tourism Bureau and Health Ministry were at the airport to welcome the first arrivals from Thailand. Passengers arriving in Taiwan will still have to complete a rapid test the day after landing. Arrivals will be limited to 150,000 per week. Taiwan was one of the first countries to implement border restrictions when the pandemic began in early 2020. Quarantine restrictions had remained in place ever since.
I will go eat hot pot because hot pot is very like a favorite dish in Taiwan. Yeah, so I want to try mala hot pot. Yeah, this is my first thing that I will do in Taiwan. I miss it so much.
If Taiwan is safe, chip supply chains will be secure. That's the message Taiwan's economy minister has delivered on the visit to the U.S. Wang Meihua's comments come as China steps up pressure on Taiwan, which makes the vast majority of the world's most advanced computer chips. Rick Glauer reports.
Taiwan's economic minister, Wang Meihua, is on a visit to the United States, meeting with customers of Taiwan's crucial semiconductor industry. Wang is wielding what's become known as the country's silicon shield. Taiwan is a world leader in semiconductor production, which is vital to the global tech industry and a reason for the international community to take the island's security seriously.
So if Taiwan is safe, the global supply chain will also be secure.
China claims Taiwan as its own and has recently upped threats to take it by force. This has thrust the fate of chip-making giants like Taiwan's Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC, into the spotlight. At a think tank forum in Washington, D.C., Minister Wang said an attack on Taiwan would backfire on Beijing.
So today, the majority of the world's most advanced semiconductor manufacturing take place in Taiwan. Any disruption to this in Taiwan could severely impact the high-tech sector and economies around the world. This highlights Taiwan's interconnectedness with the global economy. This demonstrates why Taiwan is so important. By interfering or disrupting Taiwan, China itself will also be greatly impacted.
These chips are so important that, according to Bloomberg, the US has even included the evacuation of chip factories in its plans for any potential conflict across the Taiwan Strait. Taiwan's national security chief says that if China should invade, it would not be able to take over semiconductor production. The factories are too integrated in the global supply chain, and other countries may not want to work with China.
对岸如果即使占有这个台积电，这个金鸡母也生不出金鸡蛋的。
As an attack from China becomes a more real possibility, Taiwan is spelling out just how such a scenario would upend not only regional stability, but also the global economy. Patrick Chen and Rick Lauert for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's defense minister says the country's military will not buy any more Tesla vehicles. This comes after Tesla's CEO Elon Musk suggested in an interview that Taiwan should become a special administrative zone of China. Beijing claims Taiwan as part of its territory, despite the Chinese Communist Party having never ruled the island. Taiwan's military already owns 7 Tesla vehicles.
国防部还要继续采购 Tesla 吗？
如果对我们造成不便的、造成顾虑的，我们把它给限制掉了。目前绝对不会去再买。
A record 43 Taiwanese universities have made it onto an annual global ranking list. The Times Higher Education 2023 ranking includes 1,800 universities from 104 countries. Despite a strong showing overall, Taiwan's top school, National Taiwan University, fell 74 places down to the 187th spot. The school says it has improved in several areas since last year, but a drop in its score for research and teaching shows it needs to improve faster. The age at which Taiwanese people buy their first home is growing up. As John Ventrias reports, High prices and inflation mean the dream of home ownership is increasingly out of reach for young people.
Buying a first home in Taiwan is the hardest it's been in years. A decade ago, the average age of people looking to buy a home like this one was 30 to 35. Now it's between 35 and 40.
我真的蛮吃力的，除非靠我爸妈，存钱就没有很容易啊。
It isn't just a matter of high prices. Inflation means that real wages shrank slightly between January and August, even though the average wage appeared to grow 3% over that time.
台湾的薪资并没有很跟着一个物价水准这样上涨，所以说现在年轻人是买不起房子的。
And there are some young people putting off buying a first home in the hopes the housing market will slump.
如果有个案型的一些财务压力的屋主或者是建商，有可能会稍微便宜卖，但它都不会是一个整体区域的下修状况。
Property market analysts say there's a chance prices will lower outside the big downtown areas if interest rates go up next year. But they say high costs for building materials and a lack of construction labor mean prices will stay high at least to the end of the year. Klein Wang and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's largest innovative technology exhibition opened in Taipei on Thursday. Hundreds of new inventions are on display at Innotech, with a big focus this year on drones and how they can be used in other ways besides defense. Other highlights include medical technology like a prosthetic hand linked to smart glasses and advances in renewable energy. The event will last 3 days. A new documentary is showcasing the classic of Taiwanese opera and the work that's been done to revise it and pass it down over the past few decades. The creator of the play's newest version, a retired opera master, has made a rare appearance for the film's premiere. John Van Trieste has more.
2 generations of master performers walking arm in arm. It's unusual to see retired Taiwanese opera star Liao Chongzhi in public these days. But supported by one of her students, the 87-year-old has come to the premiere of a film focused on a big part of her life's work, reworking and passing on a classic. The Tale of the Lychee Mirror is an anonymous Chinese play that dates back at least to the 16th century. The love story has been adapted to Taiwan's traditional opera stages, most recently by Liao herself, who revised the script and created her own portrayal of the female lead. Liao began teaching her version of the play to students in the 1980s, and this documentary explores what these students have gone on to do with her creation. Both the film's director and critics have praise for Liao's adaptation.
老师一下就 catch 到一个很重要的，就是这个是一出青春浪漫的爱情戏，所以说我们是要让年轻人看，我们不是要让他只是看一个比较静态的。 一个古迹，
他如何在每一次的演出之后，不断的精益求精的改变，就即使到现在他年纪这么大了，他其实也从来没有放下。
Liao herself says her work refining and teaching this play has all been for the future of her art form.
甲因教的东西，我嘛有甲因交代讲吼，恁唔是干那学搬戏尔，唔是学表演尔，恁共款爱学传授的。 The
team behind the film says it's also been working to pass on the art of Taiwanese opera in its own way by documenting the work to refine and perfect one of its classic plays. Asnaya Zhou and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we leave you with images from Taiwan Design Expo in Kaohsiung. Participants used different media and interactive experiences to show off the creativity of their designs. I'm Yvonne Yang. Take care and see you next time.